Hello and welcome to working on my El Camino. So what I want to try to do is get the air conditioner working, but the evaporator has a leak in it. So I already have an evaporator for it, but the problem is getting to it. And right back here is where the evaporator is, under here, and there's lots of things that have to come apart. This has to come off, wiper has to come off, this plastic piece has to come off because there's bolts back in here, and then there's screws all the way around, and the heater core here, so it's all one housing. And then the motor also has to come out just to get the housing out. So that being said, I'm going to get started on this. It's probably going to take me a few days because I only have a little bit of time after work each day to do this, to work on it, and hopefully we'll get it done. But I'm going to get started and at least get some screws out and stuff like that. Try to get this thing pried up. It's got that black rubbery goo sealant on it. I have to buy some of that though, and get it changed out. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to cut this off and mount this and get going. So I have the windshield wipers off, and I pulled the screws off of this trim piece here, and I'm just going to be real careful with it. All this is going to be cleaned up too, because what a mess. There's leaves everywhere. I vacuumed out most of them, but once we get this piece out right here, and I can take this, I'll wash it too. Oh, it's dirty. Maybe even repaint it black, because it really needs it. Now I have access to the main screws in here. So I'm gonna have to pull the windshield wiper, the windshield washer motor. I'm gonna go ahead and put the screw back in it. I just undid it just so I could get the windshield wiper pried up, because it didn't want to pry up. There we go. I'm gonna get my 1/4 inch out and start pulling some screws. Now, this piece of plastic should end right here, so I don't really need to pull this any further than that. Okay, let's get you up. First things first. All right. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to pull that up anyway, huh? Geez, I put that on there for no reason. I just worked myself a little backwards there. It's all right, we'll pull it back out. Right? Oh, no. I see. There's another 1/4 inch in here, right there. Man, there's screws everywhere here. All right, now the windshield washer hose can flip this way. Get it out of the way up. A spring. There's a, I don't know what that goes to, but it sure didn't go to this. This should be almost ready to pop up. Just a lot of tedious work here, basically, it looks like. Nothing really hard, just tedious. Is there another screw hole? Yep, there's another. Oh, what is it? This little 1/4 inch looks like it's about half eaten away, but it's not. It just looked like it. And there should be a couple more. Oh shoot, almost lost that. One more, I think. How am I going to get to that? I can do that with the ratchet. I don't know if my extension's in a box over here somewhere. I didn't put it away. I normally do that. Put stuff away, but I didn't this last time. Okay. But we're using a ratchet for this one. Shoot, just banging into it. Don't need to do that. All right. Actually, the hard part's going to be trying to pry the housing up. That's going to be the hard part. There we go. Come on out of here. Hey, got it. Well, I would say that needs to be washed too. Okay, now I have free access to all the bolts, nuts, screws, whatever. And there's a few of them. There's, good God, look at the amount of goo up in here. There's 1, 2, 3. This one here has so much goo on it. I'm definitely going to have to clean that off, or I can't even think of getting anything on it. Yeah, look at that, just coming right off. So, I'm happy about that. That's a little tough around the side. Just a little bit. I wonder why they gooed that up like that. That's what I'm wondering. There's supposed to be a nut back in there. I see it. There we go. There we go. I see it now. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of goop. That's what I'm calling it, goop, and I'm sticking with it. It's the same stuff they seal windows with on the car. I can't remember what it's called. If anybody sees this and knows what it's called, you can put it in the comments for me. But I'll look it up anyway, because I'm going to get some to do the ceiling around this unit. All right, that's done. So basically I got to pull these screws out all the way around, then I can pry the housing up and get it out of the way, and I got to unplug all these cables just like that, just like that. What is that, the sensor or something? And just like that, pull that up, pull all these parts out of the way. Hopefully the dryer won't be in the way when I pull the housing up. And just screws everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's not including the motor, the blower screws. 13, 14. There's like 15 screws altogether, possibly more, but I'm counting 15 right now. So I'm about to cut the camera off because I can't get in here with this camera in this angle. So I'm going to try to get all these screws out, and then we'll cut the camera on to pry it up. And it may not even be tonight. It may be tomorrow night when I can get it pried up, because it's already getting dark. So with that being said, I'm going to get all these screws out and I'll be back. So I got the top off, and it was not fun. They had goops of the butyl rubber all around it. It was horrible. This has to be all cleaned up. It was horrible. I had to pry and peel for all, actually this is the next day from when I started, and I had to pry and peel over and over and over to get this, but I got it. And I don't know why there was so much stuff put in here. It doesn't make sense. So, but I have the evaporator right here. Of course it's apart, so I could just yank it right out when I'm ready. And I think that's what I want to do. And then I got to clean this box out, clean up all the parts, all the plastic, get all that done. And then that's not going to happen today, because I have new butyl rubber stripping coming, and it won't be until tomorrow anyway. But I can at least start cleaning this. I got to clean all the way, or whoops, here, I got to clean all that out, get this groove all cleaned out. I mean, it's just in there everywhere. So it's going to be a lot of fun, but I'm going to get started on it. And sorry about the shaky camera. I'm doing this one hand, and hopefully we'll get this done. And it's going to take me a few days just to get it back, because all the cleaning I'm going to do. But I'm going to save everybody the time of watching me clean this, because that's pretty damn boring. So I'm going to cut it off here and then get started. And I just want to show how dirty this is. You look down in there, you just see the crud. This needs to be all scrubbed out and clean. The heater core looks fine, at least I believe so. The flap here, the door, appears to be stuck. There it goes. So that's not working. And I don't know if it's the vacuum or what, but that opens up awful easily. Okay, now that's right. It's working fine. But I think this is the diversion for heat to air. Or not heat to air, the floor vent to the vent, the top vents. I can't even freaking think. So, but I'm gonna research it, which one's which. The vacuum lines are hooked up, and they're hooked up to the little vacuum container here, which is hooked in to the line for, I think, the distributor, the vacuum line. I'm not sure. I do know it's hooked in here. Oh no, it goes into the manifold. And I don't know if that should go into the manifold. So I think that is wrong, actually. And that's why it's not working. I think it needs to tee off into the distributor vacuum, because when I switch it on to air conditioning, the vents don't come on, the top vents. It just stays in the floor. So I think that is actually hooked up wrong. I will find out and fix it for sure. So, and then here's the heater core, and it's a mess. It's got all kinds of crud on it. Look at that. That's bad. And I'm trying to find out where it's leaking down in here, because it was spewing up through here, and I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing where it's leaking. It's got to be down, since it was spraying up. It's got to be somewhere up in here. Because it did have some of a charge to it, and that's how I discovered it was leaking. And they must have known it because they had already bought a new core for it, or a new evaporator core. Listen to me. Anyway, it's going to take a while, but I'm going to get it done. And the next time you see this, it's going to be cleaned up pretty good. I may show some of the cleaning process. Spray painting the trim that goes over the window or something. I'll probably show that. So, but we'll be back. All right, so now we're going to prepare the new one. We got to get a couple things off of the old one. Evaporator, that is. You go over here and grab a tool. And before we do that, I want to look at this filter. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was clogged up completely. But I don't see any metal shavings, just gunk in it. So I will be, of course the new one has one with it, so I'm not worried about that. We'll put that aside anyway. We don't need it. So the new one, I have stripping that goes around, I'm gonna have to put in. But the stripping that goes down the sides, I guess it goes down the sides, is a lot thicker on the new one. But we need to take these off right here. And if I can get under them, I should be able to just pull them straight out. There we go. I need these guys. Ow. Right there. And there's like 4. Oh, and the clips. We got to pull the clips. Can't forget the clips. Oh, what? This old filter's just falling apart. Of course, it's 1987, so. And we need these 2 clips. Oh, there's only 3 of them. Okay. 3 of these little inserts. So we got that. This feels like it's in okay shape, but we'll see. I don't know about this other piece here. It's sticky. It feels like it's not ripping apart because I don't have this. This did not come with the new one. But if it comes off, I can reuse that. It feels okay. It's not ripping apart or anything like that, so. And it did. It came right apart, and it's in decent shape. Decent enough. So we're going to put this aside. We're going to get rid of all this junk. Let's pull the new one out. I'll just set it aside for now. Then I can empty this trash, this trashy stuff, right here into the box. There we go. Set aside here. Okay, here's the new needle filter. That's what it's supposed to look like, right there. And these are my strippings that go on it. Oh, I'm missing one. Where did it go? There it is. It's in the box. Didn't see it. So, here's the new evaporator. And we have to put this stripping here and fold it over. All the peel stuff doesn't want to peel. So we don't want to go too far. We just want to barely bend it over. It's not going to stick like that, but it's got to create a seal around it. This one will go up here like so, and since I don't have this part, I'm going to reuse it, and we'll gauge where this stripping oh, I hit that right in the right spot. Okay, we'll put that there. That'll work. And then this stripping will go here. Sorry if some of this is out of the camera view. But we're going to just aim that down and make sure it's stuck real good. Then these go like this. Oh, peel off. There we go. Stick that down on there really good. And we'll do the other side. I'm just going to bend these over. I'm not even going to cut them. That way they'll crush in to the housing properly. Hopefully properly. How about that? And we're going to reuse this. And that's going to go in down here, right under there, like that. And actually, I have some other stuff if those start breaking apart, I can use and cut and make an opening with. So we got the front done. Now what we have to do is we have to lay this around and use the clips, then we need to cut it. So first things first, we're going to cut it to size, at least height wise. So I'm just going to cut down it. Just make it more manageable. If I'm not mistaken. All right, where did those clips go? Let's look. So the clips went on. All right. So the clips go on this side, or the clips go on this side. So we're going to wrap this. Let's put you in here like so. Let's get it nice and wrapped in here and get it stuck with this. And then we're going to wrap a clip in. We'll come up a little ways here. There's one clip. And we're going to put a clip in up here. There we go. That's clipped in. And then one of these goes in the middle. Let me just eye a good place here. I don't want to bust anything. And then these just push right in with your thumb. It's real easy to do. There's one. And then on the end, we'll do the other two. Just holds it into place, basically. Come on. There we go. Here's the other one. Let's come down here. And put it in way down here. And then we have that. And I'm going to leave a little extra room with this. Boom. Done. It is ready. I mean, it's simple, easy to do at least. Yeah. I don't like that. There we go. We'll just stick that in like that. All right. We got that. Now, what I got to do, don't want to forget this. We're going to cut this bag and get the screen out. I can't remember what it's called. It's a needle screen or something like that. I don't know the name. But if somebody knows the name, they can tell me. Well, that one sticks out a good ways. Why is that sticking out so far? I don't know. Maybe that one was just wore out so much that it, that's as far as it goes. So there we go. Then we have to take this off. And the O-ring goes, the big O-ring goes right here. So that way it's not forgotten. And then the small one will go on the other end of the high pressure side. So I'm ready to put it in. So I'll meet you at the car. So here we are at the car, and we're going to drop this bad boy in. And then let's just hope it drops right in. We will find out. It should be a tight fit anyway. Oh yeah, look at that. It is a tight fit. And it's going in. Now I had to pry it out around the dryer, so they just get this out, down here. There it is. And then there's the dryer in. Well, I would like to know why this filter isn't going all the way in there. It just doesn't want to go. That should go in. Well, it's going all the way. I don't understand why it's doing what it's doing here. Okay, get in there. All right, yeah. Oh, there it goes. It's just a really super tight fit. Okay, it's in. I was wondering what was going on here. All right. Let me work you in here. What is going on here? That's a tight fit. It doesn't want to. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Yeah, it's looking good. All right, let's come over here. I just want to at least get this started here. Oh, the O-ring's in. Yep. Let's kind of. Make sure that screws in nice and easy. Let's get it started. That started. Come on. You should fit right in there. Come on. There it goes. Everything in here is a tight fit. I'll tell you that much. It sure is. It's not going in straight. Yeah, you got to be real careful with these threads or you just mess up a dryer for sure. Okay. Come on. All right, there it goes. So all I got to do is tighten these things down, and this part is done. But that's just the beginning, because I still have to clean all the butyl rubber off of this, all the way around, which I can do without, with this in place, which is fine. Everything's sealed up. All looks good here. These guys just need to bend over some though. Now I can cut them if I have to, the rubber, but I want it to stay like it is. It'll help create a better seal. Yep, that's screwing right in. Perfect. You just got to jiggle it to get it going, but at least I'm not stripping anything here. If I can screw it in by hand all the way and then tighten it, I'm happy. Yep, perfect. Screwing in by hand. he said, I haven't done air conditioning in 25 years, let alone an evaporator. And the only evaporator I ever changed out was to a Ford, and it was hard enough. There we go, it's in place. So all I have to do is clean. Get the top cleaned up, get it put back on. But like I said, I still have to wait for the butyl tape. I ordered some. It was supposed to be in today. Sorry, I'm blowing some dust away. And it was supposed to come in today, and then Amazon's like, oh, there's a delay in your order. I'm like, crap. So I have to wait. And it says if your order doesn't come by tomorrow, you can cancel it. And I'm like, oh crap, it looks like I'm going to be canceling it, because when they say that, then it's not coming. But I can always go to the auto parts store and get the regular caulk, but the butyl tape at the store is way expensive. But you can get the caulk butyl rubber and like a caulk form, and it's fine too. It'll work just as well. So I got her in. I'm happy. Get this tightened down. Get the top one. Be sitting really good. Although I gotta pull this the foam up, but I can do that with a pick. All right, won't be long, so I have to wait a few days, but at least that gives me a few days to clean all the rubber around. So I'll be back, and I'm going to tape off, or not tape off, I'm gonna paint the trim piece that goes along the window. So I need to clean that and tape it up. I will be back. So now I'm gonna work on the window trim. It's got a few little dents in it from before. I don't know when, where, how. I'll probably wind up buying a new one sooner or later. But for now, I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a satin Rust-Oleum Ultra cover, paint plus primer. Just throw a little bit on that just to make it look a little better. Nothing major. Real light coat. Let's see how it goes. Now, I hope I can do this without tripping the camera up, but let's see. Already looking better. And the key is light coats. I'll do 2 or 3 coats like this. Give it a minute to flash. And it was a flat black, but I'm going to make it this satin color. I think that would just look so much better. All right, it's looking good. Looking better than it did. A lot better. And like, I'm way off from it. It's like I'm not real close either. So, no runs. All right, let that flash for a little bit. I'm gonna go get another battery for this camera and put another coat or 2 on it. Let me cut this off so I can change the battery. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. I'm ready to put on another coat. I think 2 coats will probably do it. That first coat covered really well and not a single run. So just give it another little quick coat. Overlap your strokes. Make sure I get the top part. Just give it a quick spray. I do like that satin finish. That's much better than the flat. And I'm actually considering painting the housing too when I clean it up. I'm not going to clean it up today. It's getting dark already. Looking good for what it is. Like I said, I'm going to buy a new one probably. But for now, you can't beat it. In the dents, you can see the dents all over it on this side here, and there's some big dents over on the other side down here. But those were already there. Not much you can do with it. I mean, I could try to pound them out, but they would still be dents in there. So, but it's good for now. I like what it's looking like, and it'll look much cleaner when it's on the windshield. And I still have to clean the bottom of the windshield before I even put this on. I got to put the housing on. I have so much to do before I even put this thing into place. But I'm going to call it there for the night. And then tomorrow I'll start cleaning the bottom part of the housing out. And maybe I'll video that. It's going to be pretty boring. But we're going to clean that out. And then I'll work on the housing tomorrow too. Get it painted up. If I decide to paint it. I got to take off the R12 tag. I'm looking online to buying R134 tags, and you can't touch them for like $8 or more. It depends on where you get them. It's like expensive. I printed one up online, but it's not a sticker. I'd have to tape it on, and that's kind of cheesy. So I'll figure it out. Maybe I can laminate something. Maybe. We'll see. All right. Until I come back to finish up. Now it's time to clean up the housing. And get all this stuff off. I'm gonna scrape it, get around the edges clean. Then clean the outside. And I think I'm gonna throw a coat of paint on it just to make it look a little better. So we'll go ahead and just start cleaning what I can off. I don't need to get it absolutely spotless, but just clean enough where the new butyl tape will fit. Like that. See, look at that. See, it just comes right off. Wow, this so far right here, this has been easy. Trying to get all that old dried up butyl tape off the car was rough, man. That stuff was, somebody really gooped that on, and they shouldn't have. They must have had a leak and didn't properly take this thing off and reseal it. They just gooped it on the outside of it, basically. But this will take care of any of that mess. Because when I reline it, I'm going to reline it properly around here. There we go. Well, that's quick and easy. Gee whiz, this is going way faster than I thought. It's coming right off. I'm using a dull wood chisel, so I don't put holes in this thing, but it's working really well. And it's not scraping up the plastic. So I like that. Get that off. So right in here, there's little bits of that. That's foam right there. Wow, I can't believe how quickly that came clean. Well, that was easy. I thought that was going to take way more time than it did. I really did. But we still have stuff on the outside here that probably be, yeah, see, this needs to be scraped off as well. This is where they had gooped it on the outside, and it just shouldn't even be there. So it's all dried up. You can hear it all dried up on there, and literally it's look. See that? That right there? That shouldn't be there. Should not. Yeah, somebody got a little careless with this stuff. Oh, that's going to be fun to clean. Well, at least it snapped off. Oh man, it's everywhere. Oh gosh, look, here's another big giant piece of it. Okay. Well, at least it came off. What a mess. And actually, this probably really doesn't need to be painted. I'm going to pull off the sticker here since it's going to 134A. Hopefully this will just peel right off. I'm not betting on it though. Actually, it looks like somebody restuck it down and put tape on it. Yeah. They put tape on this. Unbelievable. Yeah, that wasn't even stuck down, it was taped. Or it probably must have come off before and then they taped it or something. I'm going to have to use some alcohol on this if I want to get this tape off. Clean this bad boy up. Looks like just two-piece parts of the housing here have a little crack in them. So I'll just have to be careful when I start screwing this back down. This is where one of the sensors go. I can't remember which sensor it is, what it's called. I saw it today on on the thing I was reading about it. There we go. Almost there. Peel up this tape. There we go. We're not looking for perfection, but just getting it. There's some tape there. Get that tape off. Tape's off. So I got this cleaner here, just a regular simple clean green crap. I don't know what it's called. Get rid of this stuff here. We're gonna put it in the trash can. Start cleaning this thing up. Oh, geez, I don't want to. Spray it down, let it soak in a minute. I should have wish I had a brush here. Or you know what, I may have a brush in the garage. Brush this down a little. That's what I'm going to do. I think I have a wire brush actually. Alright. Be right back. I'll leave it running. Well, we're going to have to do without the brush. But I did find my alcohol to give it a good wipe down with afterwards. But it's actually coming pretty clean with just a cleaner. Like I said, I'm not looking for perfection, just make it look clean. And this inside won't get painted. This inside part here. I'm not going to paint that. Smell paint in the car when I start the AC up. No, not going to happen. Oh, yeah, it's cleaning up nicely, actually. Yeah, this thing's was a mess, but I guess not anymore. All right, that part is pretty clean. Here's the part I want clean because, like I said, I may paint this. I may not though. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look faded or anything. Make sure these contacts are cleaned off. Actually, I don't think this thing needs to be painted. Does it? There's some spots on it. Yeah, I'll probably paint it. We'll get another paper towel. Well, that green stuff I had to clean this with is really doing a good job. I can't believe it. What is this? Oh, it's more goop. More butyl rubber globules. Okay. Just get it all cleaned around here. Oh, there's some more junk right on the edge. Yeah, I'm just going to paint the part that's visible out in the car. That's coming off everything. Man. Get some alcohol in this thing. Because some of this is just not wanting to come clean. Whoa, that was a lot. Oh yeah, that's taking it off. That's all clean there. Just getting wiped off the alcohol, getting grease off, if there is any on it. Yeah, there's some white specks on this thing on the outside. I don't know what that's from. I really don't. Okay. Yeah. Looking all right. All right, yeah. I'm wondering what that is. Let me. A little bit of stuff around here on the side. Just a little bit. All right, that's taking care of it. I think I got it clean enough. Like I said, I'm just going to throw a little bit of paint on here just to make it look a little better. No big deal. Ooh, I just somehow something sliced my finger, but all right. Get this thing to dry off, and then we'll paint it. Be right back. Time to paint. And as usual, well, not as usual, what I did with the other, I'm using the same satin black paint. I'm just going to give it a light coat, see what happens. It's already all marred up, so, and there's cracks in it, so luckily the cracks aren't anywhere where there's an air seal. Actually, it's starting to look a lot better. For what it is, you gotta think of how old this thing is. Yeah, well, that looks a lot better. Just let that dry. Doesn't need a massive coat of paint on it. There's no drips. That's good. Sprayed it light enough. I may put another coat on it. We'll let that dry and then wait for my butyl tape to come in, and start putting this thing back together. I am ready. This has been one big job. It's taken way too long. So I'll be back when it's time, and we'll get this thing back together. All right, the housing's done, all decent looking. I'm gonna get this thing all buttoned up. I still got to clean up in here, get my butyl tape lined in here, and put the housing back on, get everything buttoned up that way, and still have to tighten down the high and low pressure side here. I'm leaving it loose just in case I have to jostle things around a little to get the housing in. It is a real tight fit. So I'm going to get started on that, and if I run into any problems, I'll cut the camera back on, but I'm going to leave the camera off for now, just to get things going and I don't have to hold it. Starting to rain, I'm going to have to shut it down for the day, but I got the housing back on, and I got the fan in, and everything's plugged in here. I still have to tighten these down, put the bracket on the high pressure side. It's just right here. Just unscrew it, put it in, push it down into place. And I lost a screw to this. It's down under here somewhere. It fell right down in there. It's not under the battery. I already lifted it, so it must have fallen on the ground. I'll have to look for it, but I don't see it. Anyway, that's where I'm at right now, but like I said, it's raining, and I'm not getting too much done in the rain. I don't like getting all wet. So you get the vent for the blower motor in there. There we go. So yeah, I'm getting there. Not too much further to go. I'll be able to charge this thing soon. So that being said, I'm gonna have to call it quits for now. Well, I got it all together, sealed it up. I still have to put some stripping on, put the windshield wiper blades on, but I was running a vacuum on it, and it's sitting right there. It hasn't. I vacuumed for about 30 minutes, and then I went in and ate dinner, and let it sit to see what happens, and the needle hasn't moved. So looks like it's keeping a good seal. The vacuum is staying, and looks like I can charge it up, but I want to button up everything else before I start charging. So, but it's looking good. All right, now I'm running a vacuum. I'm gonna try to dry it out. She's looking good. Fully open, closed. See, everything's buttoned up. Windshield wipers back on. The trim piece looks good, all painted on there. Almost looks new. Almost, not quite. The little things are more marred up from before, but it's looking pretty good. So, almost looks like a professional did it. So, anyway, as soon as I get a chance, I'm gonna start putting some Pag oil and Freon in it. See what happens. Another issue I have to tackle here is air is not coming out of the vents, and I hooked it up to the vacuum pump, the vacuum line outside, and the fresh air works. It comes, it opens up and closes, but for some reason the vents will not blow. So I don't know if it's in the switch itself or the vacuum line is collapsed in there, but I have to get in there and figure that one out. But I got to get air conditioning, get it running, get the air conditioning going before I can even do that. I also need to fix this right here where the stereo goes in. This is cracked. The little piece where the clip goes is cracked. I'm thinking about getting a couple pieces of, see this little metal like this, something a little longer that I can put in the back that'll brace in the back, and be able to screw into it. That way I can get the faceplate on properly. the bezel. So I got to do that. A few other things to button up. I got to tuck my wires up from the stereo. This, I unmounted it because they had put screws in the bottom right here that were going up, and I couldn't get this bezel in for the stereo. So I'm gonna find another way to mount that into the floor here. Hopefully get that done. And next I'm gonna probably do LED headlights coming up. I still have to do this. Figure out a way to get something in behind here so this will screw down in. It's one thing they did wrong with these panels is they didn't make it to where these would just screw in. Well, get in there. So yeah, it's kind of messed up. Oh, come on, there it goes. This one fits nice and tight, but you can't screw anything in there. So I'm thinking about a piece of metal in behind it, put a screw in the middle just to hold it, and then once I screw in, boom, done. So I got to find little pieces of aluminum or something. Do both of the doors. I got to replace lights in here. Like, there's no light in there, none. So I got to get bulbs. A few other things in here. But other than that, it's not too bad. It's all doing pretty good. So what'd be cool is take this little piece out here, build me something out of wood or something, or even fiberglass to recess these in like that. That would be awesome. I may do that, but that's a project down the road. So I'm not gonna fiddle with it too much right now. I'm more concerned about getting this air conditioning going and getting air coming out of these vents. I got to figure that out. There's going to be a lot to do. And I'm looking at all the hoses and they all look fine. I don't see any kinks. Nothing really messed up in here. So I don't know. And then when I pull this out, it only comes out so far, but I'll have to finagle that. It's kind of wrapped around things up in there holding it up, because this should come out further than this. And looking, I don't see, like, these are two vacuum hoses here too, I believe. And you know, I don't know if it's one of these or one of these. I have the schematic for it, so I'll be able to look at it at least. And maybe replace this light, because I don't know if this light's even working. But that'd be nice to get that going. All right. Looks like it's going to start raining again, so I may not get the Freon in it today. But we'll see. Alrighty. I'll be back when I'm ready to do Freon. Sorry about the camera moving, but there's one more thing I forgot to tell you. I bought a well, I can't pronounce it, spacer. It's plastic basically, and there's a aluminum spacer on it, and it's causing the carburetor to heat up, and then it causes that vapor lock. So I'm going to put this on, hopefully get rid of that. At the same time, when I do that, I'm going to also mount the fuel regulator over onto the firewall to get it away from the engine as well, because it'll just cause fuel to boil over once it gets really hot, and then all of a sudden you're at a stoplight and it wants to cut off because it's just not getting the proper fuel. All right, when I get this going, I'll put a video on this as well. All right, so we're putting Freon in. I'm not far from what I'm supposed to have in it. It's open. Seems to be working. Still taking in Freon. Got it down to below 40 on the low side, and at a low idle, it's kind of cool out, so it's not like really warm. There's that vapor lock. Alright, she's down to 30 on the low side. Closing off the Freon. I still got a little bit left in here. Open it back up. Coming up to 200 on the high side. I'm just letting it feed in slowly. I'm looking, and is it taking? I don't think it's taking anymore. Close you off. Close you off. Gonna close you down. Close. Close. There's a lot of pressure on that high pressure side, I tell you that much. We'll leave it like it is, see how it's doing. I did check. Oh yeah. As soon as I opened the door, I could just feel nothing but cold air. And the other side of the door was open. But I had to reach under here to feel it. Because like I said, there is air coming out of here. Very little. So I have to really figure that out. And sorry the camera's all over the place. I'm not paying attention to it. But you get the gist of it. And got air conditioning. And literally, it feels really good. And for a cool day, it's cooling down pretty good. Alrighty. That does it for the air conditioning. At least for now. When I figure out the vacuum situation and these doors, oh look, it's coming through. All of a sudden it's working. Holy sheep shit. I can't believe it. Yeah. I can't believe that. The vents started working. That's awesome. But still, it's not running as cool as it should. I'll probably have to throw some more Freon in there. I know I'm under what I'm supposed to have, but I'll let it run through, let it do its thing. I'm getting ready to close up for the night. It's starting to get dark, and I'll throw some more in there probably tomorrow or something. Just make sure it's not leaking too bad, or leaking. But yeah, it's definitely blowing out cold air though. Wow, I'm happy. And I thought for sure these vents were there was something going to have to happen with that, but they appear to be working. Excellent. All right, that concludes this, and we'll see what happens on the next project.